Hello, queens and kings. It's Ben Miles here. You are welcome to BMTF, Ben Miles Tech and Fragrance. This is a channel where I review tech products, and colognes. And today I'm excited to be making my very first video, and this video is going to be about a cologne. I'm going to be reviewing Dolce and Gabbana, the one EDP. So, are you ready for it? Alright, let's simula. The one EDP is a warm, woody, spicy cologne for men, launched in 2015 and created by a perfumer called Olivia Poge. Olivia Poge is also the nose behind colognes like Dior Homme and Spice Bomb, which two colognes are considered the best winter and fall colognes. He's also the perfumer behind La Vie est Belle, which is actually considered one of the best colognes for females when it comes to signature scents and all-round colognes. And currently is the in-house perfumer for Chanel. So when we talk about Chanel, we are talking colognes like Bleu de Chanel, that's so popular and so loved. We are talking colognes for female like Coco Mademoiselle, very popular, Chance Chanel, among others. The one is a flanker of the original, the one EDT. The first version was an EDT version, and this is the enhanced and more darker and more stronger EDP version. Okay, so what are the contents of this cologne? Okay, what makes it up? And so let me just go through it here quickly. In the top notes, there is grapefruit, there is coriander and basil. And in the middle note, there is ginger, there is cardamom and orange blossom. And the base notes are amber, tobacco and cedar. Alright, so if you're not really so familiar with the scent pyramid or the scent profile, I'm planning to make a video where I will explain the details and what all that means. But essentially, top notes are those notes that you smell when you've just sprayed a cologne. Okay, those that come off first, they are what they call the top notes, and then as those dry off, the middle notes now start to come up strong, and as the middle notes come off, die off, then the base notes start to be revealed. And base notes are those notes that last longest in any cologne. Okay, so after looking at what makes it up, what are the selling points of this cologne? What are those things that would make you buy this cologne? Like if we are to say, what are the pros of Dolce and Gabbana, the one EDP? The number one thing that I will talk about is the scent. The scent for this cologne. Of course, every person that buys a perfume, the number one thing you're considering is the scent. And this one scent is very good, at least from my experience. I really love it. This scent is a perfect blend of freshness, spiciness, and a little bit of dark sweetness that gives this cologne an elegant, timeless, and classy, soft like scent, which has a massive appeal to almost 95% of the population. And ladies love this cologne. I mean, ladies love this cologne. For every person that has used it, they really testify about that. And from my personal experience, I've gotten a number of compliments from ladies when I'm wearing this cologne. Now, make no mistake, men love this cologne too. In a funny way, I remember one time when I went to church wearing this one, and after the service, we usually go around and greet a few people here and there. And then I met this gentleman. He gave me a hug. He hugs me, and then he's like, "Wow, has any sister told you that you smell nice?" And I was like, "What? Does it have to be a sister tell me that I smell nice?" But anyhow, what I mean is, even men love this cologne. Like, I love it. I wouldn't be wearing it if I don't love it. So yeah, that's the number one pro. The number two thing is its versatility. This is an all season, all occasion cologne. You can't really so much go wrong with it. It's not the high end versatility, especially for tropical countries, but you can't go wrong with it. Okay, so you can wear this one to church, you can wear it to office, you can wear it to a party, you can wear it pretty much anywhere, but it is perfect for a date or any kind of occasions that involve close encounters. I was telling my friends I'm planning to take this one on my honeymoon. Now don't ask me when it is, because I also don't know. Yes, but it's very good for close encounters, it's very good for date nights, and good for almost any other occasion. Number three is it's likable. It's not offensive. I've never found a person who is offended by this cologne. It is a safe, likable scent. It's a safe, likable cologne. You can't really go wrong with it, and it's so because its scent is soft, it is calm, it is a subtle skin scent. So basically, people that come close to you are the kind of people that are going to smell this cologne. But of course, we know that everything that has pros also has its cons. And what are the cons of this cologne? But before we jump into the cons, if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, if you like tech, if you like colognes, please like, comment, and share this video. And finally, a subscription to this channel would really be important to me. Okay, thank you. So the number one con for this cologne, the number one downside, it's the only one that I know of, is its performance. It has a mediocre performance. It's so average on performance, and that's disappointing. From my experience of use, I've always gotten between 4 hours and 6 hours of performance, especially the longevity. I don't so much care about the projection and the sealage for this cologne. They're okay because that's what it is for, but the longevity is really so mediocre. Okay, so yeah, I've always gotten between 4 to 6 hours on normal days, and then if it's the perfect weather, because this cologne works better in cold or cool weathers, okay, and if it's the perfect weather, I've gotten a maximum of 10 hours. Yeah, there are those days when I've worn it in the morning and come back in the evening at around 8, when I can still smell it on me, especially when I spray it on fabrics like clothes, or in the air, in the hair. Yeah, the hair, on the air. Yes, in the hair. So there are those days that you can get around 10 hours maximally. But also this depends, the longevity will also depend on your body chemistry. There are many factors that affect this: your body chemistry, how many sprays you do, and the weather. So there are quite a lot of factors that would affect the performance of any cologne actually. But yeah, that's what I've gotten always from it. And what are my opinions on this cologne? What do I think about this cologne when I smell it, or when I smell it on someone? What comes to my mind? And every time I smell this cologne, or when I smell this cologne in a certain person, I imagine a man who knows who he is. I imagine a man who has gained mastery over self, a person who's not trying so hard to please, or to gain acceptance, or to gain kind of visibility. He's not trying so hard to be recognized. This is a man who knows who he is. It's a man who has gained control over self. He has gained mastery over self. This is a man with a controlled temperament. Is a man of a rude spirit. Like, I imagine a man who does not just talk about anything, even when they have an opinion about it. They know where to speak. I imagine a man who, in quotes, atamala gwogera, but when they come out to speak, the entire room goes quiet. Is a man who commands respect, and not by coercion, but by the example of his own life. It's kind of a man who lives a life of stillness, a life of calmness, a life of meekness of spirit. And this Cologne, to me, it communicates maturity, it communicates self-control. Is a man who is well groomed, is a man who looks elegant. I imagine a classy man, a man who always is smart and is always casual smart. And I imagine a man who is putting on dark color clothes, okay? Like clothes that are dark color, like gray, like maroon, like those clothes that are kind of dark. I don't really imagine it on a man putting on light colors. No, but of course that's me. Like, it's just my opinion. So it can blend with anything, but to me, I would prefer it from on that side. I also think this is the best date cologne on market for men. But there is also something that I would want to talk about, like, from my opinion. If you are looking out to buy a standalone cologne, like you're the person who wants to have only one cologne and it's your signature scent, like maybe you're working on budget and you don't want to spend a lot on colognes, you want only one cologne, standalone cologne, I wouldn't really recommend you to buy this one as your number one cologne. No. Because yes, it's versatile. Yes, it can be worn almost at any season and any occasion, but in tropical countries, it doesn't really apply so much on it. That works very well when it comes to equatorial, those countries that in the equatorial regions that are always cold. But for hot weathers, it doesn't work well for hot weathers. Yes. And the other thing is, if you have it already in your collection, I wouldn't recommend you to wear it on hot, like overly hot days. Why? Because this is a warm scent. Well, like if it's a cold weather and you wear it, it gives you a warm vibe. You literally feel a warm vibe around you. Now, if you wear it on a hot day, that warm vibe will exaggerate the heat around you and it will not be too nice. I also don't recommend it for activities that are going to make you sweat. Why? Because from my experience, this cologne doesn't blend well with sweat. Every time I've worn it and I'm sweating, there is always that pungent smell that comes from it. I think from ginger and cedar, that is a little bit irritating. And of course, this could be only me, but yeah, that's my experience with it. So I wouldn't recommend it for a standalone cologne. I wouldn't recommend it for hot days and for activities that are going to make you sweat. But if you're the kind of person who works in offices that are air conditioned, or you're in the equatorial zone countries, please go for it. It's really, really okay. Okay, so what's my rating of this cologne? From on a scale of 1 to 10, I will break that scale into 3 categories. 1 is the scent, 2 the utility, and 3 the performance. So scent being the most important thing, I would give it a 4, and then the 2 will share 3. Now on the scent, I'll give it a 3.5, and for versatility, I would give it a 2.5 out of 3, and for performance I give it a 1.5 out of 3. So it's 3.5 out of 4 plus 2.5, that's 6.56, right? And then plus a 1.5, that's a 7.5. That's the minimum I would give it. If you're in the perfect countries like the equatorial countries, it can easily go for versatility of 3 out of 3. You can pretty much wear it anywhere. So it will range between 7.5 to 8.5, a minimum of 7.5 and a maximum of 8.5. So it's really, really a good rating. It's very good. Would I recommend this scent for a blind buy for a person who is, wanting to build their collection? Absolutely yes. I blind bought this one after listening, of course, to a few reviewers. I blind bought it and I've never regretted. It really works for me very well, and I actually fall in love with it every time that passes by. I really love it. That's why it's like that. I've worn it pretty much. So that's my rating. What is its price? Of course, there are issues when it comes to price in Uganda. There are many factors that contribute to that I cannot really start breaking right now. But if you can find this one below 330,000 Ugandan shillings, please buy it. For me, I bought mine at 300. Okay, 300k. Yeah, it was kind of a discount. I bought it at 300, but if you find it at 330, below 330, grab it. Don't so much go for, don't so much be misled by the Amazon and eBay prices. You'll be discouraged. So that is it about Dolce and Gabbana, the one EDP. I want to thank you for watching this video. The next video is going to be about tech, and it's going to be actually a phone review, and I'm going to be reviewing a Samsung tablet. Okay, so it's dropping very soon. And once again, I want to ask you to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And feel free to leave me a comment, a feedback on this video. If you are a dealer in Cologne, please feel free to leave the right prices in the comment section. You can holler me. I can make a mention of your shop or talk about your shop wherever it is and recommend buyers for you. Yeah, and give me feedback. Give me suggestions of which kind of videos to make. Any kind of suggestion is welcome. Any kind of feedback is welcome. And finally, I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that God reigns supreme. So keep your mind stayed on God. Let your trust be stayed on God. Amidst putting on masks and social distancing and sanitizing and staying at home, do it diligently, but at the center of it all, let our trust be in God. Let Him be our anchor in this testing moment. Let Him be everything. Okay? I love you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.